Hello guys, welcome back to ESENtaxa. Andrea Papito here, and in this video we are going to talk about the new visa package that we are going to offer to our client if they want to move to Belgium or to Italy. If you are new in this channel, ESENtaxa talks about how to optimize your taxation if you move to a specific country in Europe, and we help clients to understand tax-wise if the relocation to that specific jurisdiction makes sense or not. If you want to know more about our services, in the description below the video you will find our calendar link to book a consultation, our academy to talk about, to understand and learn about international taxation matters, which is extremely helpful to know in advance all these concepts before approaching the tax consultant. And also you can write us an email at info@esentaxa.com if you want to know any kind of questions. Now, going back straight to the topic of this video, we are going to also offer a new service, which is the relocation plan service, which basically includes not just the tax examining, the tax planning, the tax situation in Italy if you want to move to Italy, the tax simulation, all these kind of services that we always offer to our client. We also offer accounting, of course, once you decide to relocate to a specific country, for example, Italy. But we also offer the full package, so in case you need to move to Italy and to Belgium, we also offer the visa package. So right before moving towards your accountant, can be us or can be any other type of accountant, any other accountant that you maybe already found it, no problem, but definitely you need to have a visa, especially if you're not European Union citizen. Okay, so if you're coming from outside Europe, you need to have a visa. And we have here quite a lot of type of visa that you can exploit. You can apply the elective visa, you can apply the golden visa, you can apply the visa for rejoining your family members, which is quite common among our clients. And in certain situations, some people are also applying the Italian citizenship by descent, and basically they would like to also understand the procedure for that. So the visa in order to stay in Italy, to get the residency in Italy, because now the new regulation for the Italian citizenship basically requires to stay in Italy to get, in most of the cases, to get the citizenship, at least 2 years of residence, and then you need to stay in Italy with the correct visa in order then to apply for the citizenship through descent, through iuris sanguinis. This is the Latin word for this kind of procedure. So either you're seeking the citizenship, either you just want to permanent resident, in both cases you need to have a visa in advance, okay? And then once you are in Italy, for more than a certain period of time, generally speaking, more than 6 months, it triggers the taxation problem. And here at ESENtaxa, we help you to understand exactly which is the correct tax regime for your specific personal situation, but also for your business structure. Because in most of the cases, we have people having foreign companies. Of course, those companies are running a business online or offline, offshore, or wherever it is located, but it's an existing company that somehow has to deal now with the new country regulation and tax laws. Sometimes it doesn't make sense to keep the company open, sometimes instead makes sense. Sometimes it makes sense to open an Italian company or simply switch to one of the favorable tax regimes, such as the fourth regime, impatriate regime, or high net worth individual flat tax. And also we have pensioners with a 7% flat tax in case they want to basically enjoy their pension in Italy and also in Belgium, because in those two countries we also have an accounting firm branches in those two countries that we not just cover the tax planning part, but in these two countries we can assist you with the full package: visa, tax planning, tax simulation, and also basically the relocation, and finally also the accounting. Okay, it's extremely important to be aware that we can cover you in all the scenarios. We have an extensive number of partners, a big network of accountants and immigration lawyers. So basically, you can, with us, you don't have to move and looking for different professionals. You can find everybody with the same point of contact. I just want to also add you one point about the visa procedures. We are going to provide you this relocation package fully online. So basically by email we are going to explain you step by step how to deal with the visa, how to get a visa. So it should be fairly easy, but we can also go a little bit beyond that. In case you need an extra service like a VIP service, we can also assist you physically, bring you to the police in the place, which, for example, in Italy it's called questura, the place in which you can require your visa, okay? And basically the permit to stay. When is the time to require the visa? Well, there are some period of time, some months you need to wait. Sometimes certain kind of visas, for example, the digital nomad visa, which is very nice, it combines very nice with the impatriate regime and forfeit regime. If you follow this channel, you will know exactly why this visa is match perfectly with these two tax regimes. So I just want to now remember you to subscribe the channel if you want to be always updated with this kind of content. Subscribe the channel, notification bell, like button, please. Okay, and yeah, so Italy recently, like 1 year ago, opened the possibility to apply also for the digital nomad visa for 2 years with the possibility of extension. So, and this is one of the type of visa that you don't need to request from Italy when you're in Italy, but you have to request through the embassy, okay? So as you can see, every type of visa requires a different procedures, and every time there is a different response time. And if you want to know more about response time, procedure, timelines, because it's extremely important to understand when you will get the document ready, because when you're in Italy, then you might need to deal with taxes, or for half of the year or for the entire year. Sometimes, because of some documents that are not coming on time, you miss the chance to pay taxes in Italy, and you lose the possibility to apply for the impatriate regime because you need to be tax resident. This is just an example, or vice versa. You don't want to pay taxes in Italy, but you stay a longer period because of some bureaucratic steps that oblige you to stay in that territory, and then you trigger tax issues, even if you don't want to trigger some tax issues, also the other way around. And also, it also triggers the requirement of checking the double taxation treaty between Italy and the country from which you're coming from, or Belgium, the country from which you're coming from, or other jurisdiction in Europe and the country you're coming from, okay? So, everything else, if you want to know more in details how we work, I will suggest you to visit our website www.ESENtaxa.com. If you need more information, you can write us an email at info@ESENtaxa.com, and a consultation and the calendar link in the description below this video. See you to the next content. Bye.